Welcome to Repairing Lawnmowers for Profit. In this short video I'm going to show you how to replace the brake cable on this Honda Izy lawnmower. Basically you only need one tool just to remove this throttle here. It's a 10mm spanner. I'm going to run the cable just from the handle right down into the connecting arm at the bottom and show you how it's done. So the first thing you'd need to know is the engine model number, just so you can order the right part. Now on this model, luckily for me, there's a sticker on the back of it and it actually says it's a HRG 465C2. Now I found the cable for this one by going on a website called buyermower.co.uk. The cable was £6.60 as opposed to £19, which it's currently for sale at on eBay. So I've got my cable here. As you can see, it's got one end that just looks like that end, exactly like that, as you can tell, and the other end it looks exactly the same. So the first thing I'm going to do is just remove this nut here, which should release this throttle, and we can have a look inside. Now, as you can probably tell, I've already removed the old cable from in here. If you notice, they're just fitting these little slots just against this plastic here, and it holds it in the right place. No tension or adjusting these cables on these Honda Izys. So I'll get the cable and I'll start at this end and just fit the cable into this bracket here. Just worth mentioning also, now you know the model number of this one, if you do have the same mower, the part number for the brake cable is 54530 VH3004. Now you just start at the top end of the mower near the handle, and you've got this part of the cable with the silver on here, and it just simply attaches here through the handle. So just pop it through, making sure the silver part of this cable is at the top, and we'll seat that in the throttle next. Now as you can see, this little notch lines up here, and you just push it into place. It seats nicely and snugly into this handle here. That's nice and in tight. Now before we put anything back together, we'll just connect the other end up, which runs right down here and into this linkage, which is here. Now securing this end of the cable is a little bit more difficult because this lever here is under spring tension. Now if you've got enough power you can pull it back and just pop it in, just push it in the end, but if there's somebody else near, it might just be worth your while just getting them to hold that part for you. So pull it towards you and just slide it in, and of course the final step with this is, now you can get hold of the cable, just pull it back, and as you can see these returning clips should just snap through. Now of course before this cable will operate properly we need to just put this throttle control back on, which is an exact reverse of what we did at the beginning. Basically just put the bolt back in, it screws through onto the other side here. So as you can see now, this cable's nice and new. Obviously there's no fray in it. If you watched the previous video I filmed, this had it was really frayed and it was just really hanging on by a couple of fibres here. Now you can see as I pull the handle it tightens up nicely and it pulls, and everything's nice and smooth, nothing's catching, nothing's touching together, and as I pull it you can see down at the bottom end here, you can see it operates this cable nicely here. Now what this does is it releases the brake on this mower. It needs to pull it far enough, as it does there, just to operate it under here, a little micro switch which is in there. That's got a little button on the front, and if it doesn't operate the micro switch the mower won't start. So the whole basis of that cable is really just to release the micro switch of a safety feature, so when you let go of the handle your mower will stop the blades turning. So really a brake cable replace on one of these Hondas is very simple. There's no adjusting it. It's basically knowing where to get your parts from. As I've said, once you get the engine number off the back, there's a lot of websites online you can go to. I went to World of Mowers for this one. It was only £6. Now don't forget I picked this lawnmower up for £50 at the weekend, and the only reason it wouldn't work is because the micro switch didn't work, because it had a frayed cable at the top end. So there's another one to sell for profit in the summer. So just one more thing to mention really, when you see these cables hanging down like that, don't forget to get yourself some nice black cable ties and just tie them up at the top and the middle and at the bottom. Just tie these things up and saves them getting in the way when you're emptying the grass bag. But if you do that and you're going to fold down the handle, make sure you undo the cable ties, otherwise you end up with a nasty bend in these cables.